Hi, my name is Maria Hult and I work as a product specialist at Rillion. In this video, we're going to show you the Rillion Analytics tool. I'm going to show some slides first just to set what analytics and BI is before we go in and show a demo of the application. So what is BI, or business intelligence as it's called? Well, what it is that it's digital reports, dashboards and KPIs that will show you your data in real time. The business processes for a company is today very digital. More or less everything is digital. And due to that, we are able to easily access this data and use it to analyze and give you those dashboards and reports. When having a BI tool like this, there is no need to go in and run different reports and consolidate and create a big Excel sheet. You will get it presented directly for you. A BI tool like this that I'm going to show you now can be used to help you to improve and automate your processes. Because we have all this data gathered, and then we can analyze the data and give you some KPIs in where you can improve. So a BI tool will give you the big picture, but you will also have the possibility to drill down into the details to find that needle in the haystack. So we will help you to identify the pain points where you would take action, and then you will follow the process and see the improvements that will come from your work that you will do in the process. There are a lot of different reports that we are providing in our analytics service, and I'm going to show you some of those soon, but just to give you some ideas here. One type of report will give you visibility into the invoice process and the invoice flow to be able to really see where the bottlenecks and all of that in the system. We also have some payment reports to be able to see and follow payments if we are paying in time or late or early. I mean, you don't want to pay too early either because you want to have your money on the bank as long as possible. And also the possibility to drill down in on supplier level to see where we are spending the money, if we have agreements or not, how we are getting the invoices on a supplier level. So those are just some examples of reports that you can have in an analytics tool like this. But let's go into the application and see what we have. Now I'm in Rillion Prime, our AP solution to handle invoices, requisitions, contracts, and other. In here, we have reports available. There are more fixed reports for different kind of processes like contract, invoices, requisitions, and then we also have the analytics. Here we have different type of reports, AP reports to have a snapshot view of today's work, performance tracking reports, what as it says, to tracking the performance, how are we doing, how is the automation level, and so on. Business reports like cash reports and other, and also an executive dashboard. So let's start with that one to see what we can get from that. Executive dashboard is a great report for a CFO, CEO, or controller to get an overview of the system and the process. Here I have selected this year, but I can select another year if I like and compare against different years. I can see here that we have totally processed 15,400 invoices this year. And I can see how many of those that are touchless in number and also percentage. This is something that we would like to get as a higher level, of course. I could also see an average processing time in days for the invoices. How long does it take for an invoice to go through the system? I mean, 4 days is okay, absolutely. I don't like what I see over here though, 103 days, that is not acceptable. But I guess there has been some kind of discussions ongoing on an invoice here. I could break this down on the company level if I like. So I can just click on a company and look at that specific company. and change company. Here we can see a company that has quite high level of touchless invoices. And that could be due to that they are working a lot with purchase order matching or contract matching or other. So this is a great report for CFO or CEO or controller to work with. The AP reports is for the accounts payable department. This could be great reports to start the day with, to have an overview of the system as it looks right now. There are 4 different reports here, and I will show you 2 of them. I will start with the invoice log. The invoice log is where all invoices comes into the Rillion Prime solution. So then I could easily see here how many invoices we do have in the invoice log at the moment. I could see if we have like some new vendors or some that is like duplicate invoices and so on. So that will show me what I need to start to work with today. Also here I can go down and drill into a company at a time to look at the data. I can also drill down into like currency levels. So if I would like to see how much we are having in Swedish crowns, for example, then I can look at that. So always the possibility to drill down into data. Down here, I see all invoices that is behind those figures. And also here I can drill into the details and see that specific invoice in the application. So that is for the accounts payable. But if we also go into the active invoices, those are invoices that have already been transferred out to the flow but are still active in the system. So it's not that many on a specific company here. We could then select all companies. So 1,600 invoices that are active in the flow. And then I can see, based on the due date on those, how many that has passed due date, how many are to be due in a week or month, and follow up on that. So those are reports to have a snapshot image of today's work and what we have to deal with in the application today. When you're using an accounts payable system like this, like Rillion Prime, the main goal is to get automation as much as possible. And to be able to create automation, you need to know where we have the things that is not working automatically. So there we have a couple of reports to help you out with this. We can look at the invoice flow tracking as, for example. This is a great report to see what kind of changes that we are doing on invoices. Where doesn't the system work fully automatically? As for example, we could see on a role or user level who is doing changes in the application. We could, for example, here see that this user have done a lot of changes to invoices. He have done more than 700 flow changes of invoices and 500 changes to the account coding. And why is that? Is it something that we could do with accounts payable in the system to automate this so he doesn't have to do this every time? And once again, if I click on it, I will get the invoices that are behind those figures. I can drill into it all the way into the invoice image and see the details. So this is also a great report to find those things that we could improve. Here we can also see the bottlenecks within the organization. How long does it take for our people in our organization to approve and handle their invoices? And if we see like user 3 here, well, I guess this is an inactive user or something because it has been taking like 77 days to process an invoice. Well, I hope that's some kind of demo data. But find those bottlenecks and see what can we do to help. We also have some business reports available, like a spend report, for example, where I can follow up on the spend over a time period that you can set yourself. I can do the spend report based on specific accounts, companies, or objects, if I would like to follow up on a specific project as, for example. So you can just select on the things you would like to follow up on, and then you can see the spend over time and how it's changing. You could set up some objects that you would like to have also visible directly as a KPI. So here I have like a cost center I can follow up on, how much we have per cost center and per project. Another business report is the vendor card. So here's also a spend report, but based on vendor, supplier. So I can here see how the spend is distributed over my different suppliers and over time. So here I have it over a 3-year time. I could drill into the data just clicking on a specific supplier to get the invoices that is behind that. One other thing here is that you could also see where in the world your suppliers are located. So I could easily just go in and drill into the report, just zoom in and see where we have our suppliers. So here I can see we have someone up here that I could just click into to see more information about that supplier. So those were some of the reports that are available in our analytics tool. And if you would like to see more reports or hear more about the analytics tool or any of the other products that we provide, please contact us and we will tell you more. Thank you.